It's day 112, and I think I need to confess. I need to confess to having doubts. I'm doubting this project. I'm doubting doing these vlogs. I'm doubting the money I'm spending on creating the show. I'm doubting how much interest there's going to be for it, especially in Edinburgh with all of the other shows that are going to be up there, and feeling, dumb and foolish and like, oh, this is a risk I shouldn't have taken. And hopefully by saying all of that out loud and just airing it a bit might make me feel a bit better. But yeah, it sort of started when I began looking into YouTube more. I'm not a YouTuber, and I know that sounds silly on day 112, but I kind of feel like I'm using YouTube in order to tell a story and share something with people, and that I'll do that until the last day of August next year, and then that's it. That's the plan. It stops, right? And then the project, the experiment is over. And it has become a bit of an experiment making these videos, because it's weird how therapeutic it's been at times. It's weird how sometimes I've really not wanted to make the video, but I still made it because I said I would. And then you think, well, but who for? Who's checking in on you? Except I don't know who's watching and who isn't watching. I've got very, very little idea of how many people see these and whether they're of interest at all, or whether it's just middle-aged man and share rabbiting on, which is, accurate, the latter part of it. And when I started looking into all of the things that you can do with YouTube, all of the ways you can optimize your channel or the videos that you create, it was weird. I sort of almost got it had an immediate effect on the content that I was creating. It sort of made me doubt it. And YouTube's funny like that, isn't it? I mean, you're basically making a whole TV show with one person. One person's doing it all in some instances. Some YouTubers do the whole thing. They do all of their own analytics, and they do all of their own uploading and filming. I film nearly all of these myself, and I wonder if that should be the case when someone is creating content, and if there is the possibility of working with other people to make it and put it out there to others. Perhaps that's the way it should be, because I don't have the right brain for analytics. I never have had, never professed to having. So the sort of accidental job that I've taken on, as well as making the video every day and uploading it and sharing it on YouTube and Facebook, which is not nothing when you do it every day, is also looking into, well, who's watching and how many people is it, and what demographic is it, and what can I do to ensure that that more people watch it, or that they subscribe, or that they share. And so it's sort of a big glass of Kool-Aid I'm not really interested in drinking on one level, and on another level, if it means that people are going to find out more about my show, then it is a glass of Kool-Aid I'd be interested in drinking. But it's so time consuming, it takes up a huge part of your life and your day, and uses a massively underused part of my brain. I'm just not good at it. I'm not good at it, and I don't want to do it. The analytical side, I like making the videos. I like talking to whoever you are. But yeah, so I think, I don't know, maybe I just need to come to terms with the fact that I'm not a YouTuber, that this won't go viral, and I will not be seen by millions doing this, and there won't be one breakout, day 120 was so interesting that David Tennant saw it and then showed it to all of his followers, or whatever, however this works, maybe that won't be the case. Maybe the small group of people who know me and who are interested in the fact that I'm creating this show will get updates about it, and then it will end. Maybe that's it. And maybe that's okay. Don't know. I'm torn between wanting to do it well, wanting to do it the best way I can, and also wanting to be happy and live my life, my day-to-day life, in a way that gives me pleasure. Because I get a tremendous amount of frustration and confusion, and it takes a tremendous amount of time for me to get my head around all of that backroom bit of YouTube and other things like analytics for Twitter and Facebook and stuff. And I know that might sound petty and like I'm being lazy, but trust me, look into it and see how quickly you'll be turned off, and your mind will be a maze of just graphs and files and data and things that don't make sense to me. I know they make sense to other people, but to me, it doesn't make sense to me. And I suppose in one way, YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that, they're really good because the entry level is very basic. But if you really, really, really want to get the most out of them, well, you can spend all day, every day, optimizing your online life, your social media platforms. And I don't want to. I want to sing songs. I want to rehearse. I want to do yoga. I want to cook meals. I want to go for a walk. I want to be with my husband and my cat. I want to read. I want to teach. I want to put on a show because that's what I am. I'm a performer and a theatre maker. And now I'm a teacher and facilitator as well these days. And that's what I want to do. I didn't want to be a data analyst. I'm not a data analyst. That's it. I think that's helped. Thanks. So this will be what it will be. And then it will stop like everything does. It will pass and something else will happen. And that's okay. It's good to know what you're not, right? It's good to be like, I don't want to do that. One of my very, very lovely students said to me a little while ago, actually it was about a year ago now, she said, have you ever thought about rhetoric? I was like, what do you mean, like the type of question? Because that's all I know about rhetoric. And she was like, it's like a whole form of formalized education. It's a whole strand of formalized education. And I think it's supposed to be, I have looked into it very briefly, but I think it's supposed to be a bit like debate. I think it's what, if we were in America, it would be called debating or debate. And when she said it to me, I said, thank you for thinking that I might be good at it. But I've got so many other things going on, you know, I've got my fingers in enough pies, and I've been trying to create a new rule where things have to come up like 3 times before I can really even just imagine taking them on and doing them. Because otherwise you'd be completely overloaded, wouldn't you? Entertain the idea. That's what I was thinking of. That's the word I was thinking of. Entertain the idea. See? Losing my mind. Can't start learning something new now. Losing my mind. Already learning Italian and learning... Right. It's fine. It's enough. It's enough, right? It's enough. It's enough. We're enough. Okay. Thanks for that. You've helped. Now, what I'm going to do about getting people to come and see the show and having an empty theatre for a whole month, that's another matter, but maybe we'll deal with that tomorrow. I'll see you then, if we're saved.